Alright stars, it's Phil C here with you. As always, grateful to be here and I appreciate your time with me. Imagine trading any pattern that you want to trade, and it doesn't matter what happens in the markets, you still come out ahead profitable. That can happen. I'll show you exactly how to do that soon. Now, I want to give you a trade idea on the euro-dollar 4-hour time frame, potential bat patterns setting up for us to trade. If you're new here and you want this video sent out directly to you so you don't have to look for it every week, I'll leave a link for you below. Just put in the email there, and every time I release this, I'll send it straight to your inbox so you can keep up with what's happening in the markets. We have a potential W formation right here. Let's identify our entries, stops, and targets for this trade. Before I do that, actually, let's recap what we were doing last week, what happened, and why we're actually talking about patterns today. Because last week in the private client group, we called out some really good trade ideas that did incredibly well in terms of profits. It's all about patterns lately. The dollar yen, we called this out as well. We came down and hit double target. This was a really good trade. Nice trade idea. We did some really good profits on there. So all we need to do is clean up the analysis and look for the next trade idea. Heading over to the pound dollar as well. This one here is on the 4-hour time frame. We came up and hit double targets. That's really good. However, the one that we're actually paying attention to, the much bigger one, we head back to the daily time frame here. Make it easier to see. Still currently involved in this one here. Just want to go over some trade management rules with you. So in the live trading room, I always trade double targets, so 2 contracts. What we need to do here with trade management is as price action comes down and hits target 1 here, all you need to do, this is what you do when you trade double targets. All we want to do here is take off half of the position. So that's target 1. And then we want to roll stops to break even like this. So target 2 is a risk-free trade. Now we're currently involved in a risk-free trade. Yes, price action comes down, hits target 1, you take off half of the contract, roll stops to break even, and then we're trying to look for a move down into our 618 right there. So target 1 and target 2. Target 1 at the 382, target 2 at the 618. That's the trade management rules for the pattern trades. And currently this one is playing out beautifully. Yes it is. So back over to, let's switch back to the euro dollar here and back to the 4-hour time frame. You can trade these patterns in any market, any time frame, and continue to profit regardless of what is going on. That's what I was talking about last week with fundamentals. Patterns pay, by the way. No matter what happens, these can work out for you. It's absolutely possible for you to trade in this way. Problem though is learning the pattern and then going out and immediately trading it live to profit from. That's always going to end in your account going to 0 and leave you feeling like everything is against you. It's not, but it will feel like it. What's the reason behind that? Why do I say that? What's common? And leading off from last week, we talked about TVR, testable, verifiable, and repeatable, remember? This is critical to get because nothing is going to work for you if you don't do this. If you don't take this pattern, what we're about to cover, and this rule set, and test it in the markets, go back in history and look historically at its performance. How do you know that you have an edge? How do you know that you have a winning system? The answer is you do not. And people take this happens. People take this pattern, they don't learn it correctly, they go out and trade it, they don't do it the right way, and then they execute it live. And when they come into 3 to 4 losses, which happens by the way, they discard it. They say it's bullshit and patterns don't work. And then they blame everyone else other than themselves as to why they lost money. and they do try to find something else in the meantime to solve their problems. They don't stick to it. And it happens again and again and again. And they lose over and over again. So nothing changes. Sound familiar? It's the exact same input that they're doing, which gives them the exact same outcome, the results, and it repeats itself. So what we need to do is this. First, we identify the pattern itself, right? So we have a starting point up here, right there. This swing high down to this swing low is what we're paying attention to. This is the first thing that we want to look at. So we have our trusty line tool and we take it from swing high to swing low, right there, okay? This is an impulse leg. Now, what we want to do with pattern trading is, secondly, we want to take a Fibonacci retracement tool and go from swing high all the way down to swing low right there. What we need to do is identify where the retracement comes in at. 382, 50%. What do we get? We have a swing low to swing high, right? And then what we need to do is another Fibonacci retracement. So we come in at a 50% Fibonacci retracement. That's good. That puts us on at pattern alert. If we came up and we hit the 618, that puts us on Gartley pattern alert. So now we know which pattern we are looking at. Potential pattern. So we come up into a 50%. Next, we want another Fibonacci retracement. Now we already know that the criteria is met here because we get a swing high all the way down to swing low here, and we do not pass our point right here. Because if we passed this point, so if price action comes all the way back down and breaks below this, then this pattern is violated. The potential pattern is violated. So we have to be cognizant of that. Back to our W formation. So this point down here, we already know that we come into a minimum of a 382. So Fibonacci swing low to swing high, okay, from this low to this high. Price action comes down into where? A minimum of a 382, we come into a 50, 618, 786, and an 886, right? Again, we don't violate this level right here. So our potential pattern is still in play. The last thing that we need for a pattern completion is a CD completion all the way up into an 886, okay? If price action comes all the way up into this level, then we can look for a potential sell opportunity in the form of a bat pattern. But we need price action to go from swing low to swing high right up here, okay? So let's grab a Fibonacci retracement tool and go from our impulse leg. So swing high all the way down to swing low right there. And that will give us our 886. Fibonacci swing high all the way down to swing low. What we want to pay attention to is this 886 Fibonacci retracement level there. Now, if price action can come all the way up into that 886, then we are going to sell it. Now, all the rule sets have to meet that criteria when it comes to pattern trading. And we do that by using an if-then syntax. And what a syntax is, all it is in order which events occur. So if equals this, then we do that. Keep it simple. If we do that, then we can follow the TVR, testable, verifiable, and repeatable, because we're doing it the same way every single time. So if we just follow the if equals then syntax to meet the criteria of a bat pattern, and we do that over and over, then we can test it, can't we? Then we can know our numbers, we know if it has an edge, then we can trade it live and actually profit from it, which is exactly what you want to do. Back onto the chart here, of course, we want to use our triangle tool. A pattern is not complete until we actually draw in the triangle, right? So this right here, if price action can come up all the way into that 886 right there, we are going to sell at the 886. Let me put that back on here. and give you the entry stops and targets, right? So 886 is where we want to sell this. Now for targets, let's actually let's just put that here because that's where our entry is going to be. For targets, we want to take a Fibonacci retracement and go from this low right there to our 886. Okay. Let's grab the Fibonacci retracement like this and go from swing low all the way up into swing high. So we have our entry here. Our stops are going to be above our X point looking left. Okay. Let's grab a short tool and drop it in at where our entry is going to be. Our stops are going to be above our X point looking left, and our target 1 is going to be down at a 382, okay? Now take note, just like last week, take note at the risk to reward. So risking $1 for $1.46, right? Risking $1 for, $1.40. Return. That is a positive risk to reward profile. So we're following testable, verifiable, and repeatable. In order to do that properly, we are using an if equals then syntax to make sure that we're setting it up, identifying it the same way, and setting it up the same way every single time. Yes, entries, stops, and target is the same every single time. And then what we want to do, because we're trading double targets here, is clone this, okay? So drag that over to the right, like so. And then drag this all the way down to a 618 right there. So take a note of that risk to reward as well. You're over 2.5 to 1 risk to reward. This is the potential trade idea for the euro dollar on the 4-hour time frame. This looks to be a really good trade opportunity that I am eyeing off here for the euro dollar. Now, if you take that strategy and you go test that, you test it 100 times because you want to find an average, okay? And after you do this, you'll be able to trade it anywhere on any time frame and make profits regardless of what is going on in the markets, because you'll know your numbers. It's a business. That means you'll know the pattern works for you. You'll know that you have an edge. You'll know that you have a winning system. See? So you take the rule set, find a pair, find a time frame that you want to trade, that you like, and go back in history and go bar by bar. And every time this sets up, you take note of it. What time did it appear? The entry price. What pattern was it? What time frame was it? Where was your stop? Where was your targets? You do this over and over and over again, and then you'll know with absolute certainty that you can trade this and be profitable. Not only that, but if you trade it the exact same way that you tested it, it doesn't matter what happens in the markets. You show up with daily disciplines practiced every day. This input in your live trading will replicate a positive output in your live trading, and those positive results are profitable results. If you do that, watch your trading absolutely transform. I promise you that. Just trust the process in of itself. This is what professionals do. They backtest their trades, they get the data, they know their numbers, they trade it live, and they finally get the profits rolling on a consistent basis. You deserve to have that. And you can absolutely do this and get these results. And I wholeheartedly wish that for you. I believe in you. Put in a little bit of work to find that you have an edge. So number one, you know that you're not going to lose money in the markets. And number two, that you're actually going to make money in the markets. Otherwise, why waste our time doing this? That's why I keep saying we make sure that we do it the right way. Otherwise, what's the point? Because you're coming to trading to make money, right? So as logic dictates, we make sure that we do certain things in certain ways. And if you do the process like the other professionals have in the hedge funds and the prop firms and whoever is making this work, again, I promise you, that the attainment of what you want out of trading is absolutely inevitable for you. You take this pattern, you go do that. Put in some work. I want to do something for you. I put together a free members area for you so you can start learning the language of the markets and start trading in this way. I've also given out a Zoom link inside the members area so we can have a call together anytime that you want. So we can jump on via screen share and I can help you put all of this together so you have absolute clarity on what you need to do moving forward and not waste your valuable time. You get the results that you desire to have. So let's do that this week. Let's finally put it in place so that next month and throughout the end of the year, you know what you need to be working on and what is ultimately going to end in profits for you. We're 50% through the year now. Are you 50% towards your goals and where you want to be? Be honest. Are you? We're halfway through. Sign up below for a free members area, jump on a Zoom with me, and let's get this sorted this week so you can start benefiting from it sooner rather than later. I know you'll do well, and I'd love to be part of your journey from profits to consistently profitable. All right. As always, grateful to put this together for you, and I appreciate your time forever and always. Remember, this is the trade opportunity that we're looking at for our private client group. I'll see you in the live trading room. And for everyone else, be safe, enjoy life, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much.